Hi, I'm Elaine. Welcome to my Stamp with Elaine Facebook page. In November, the promotion is the Christmas Time is Here suite, and I uploaded several pictures of cards that I'd made using this suite and the different ways you can make cards. This one is an easel card, a watercolour one on watercolour paper. This one was a softer look without the background. This one has been gold embossed, and this one is just straight stamping. This one is also gold embossed, and I used the trellis die cuts. But it was this one in particular that caught Cherie's eyes, and she asked if I'd done a video on it. So this video is specially for Cherie. I don't know how to pronounce your name, whether it's Shari, Sherry or Cherie. This stamp set is unusual in that it's a double configuration stamp set. So there is the outline stamp set, which is in cling, which is the red rubber, and all the rest are in photopolymer. Now I set these up so that it would make stamping them a lot more speedy. This is a distinctive stamp set which does the rose inside here. These will do all the berries, and this one will do all the leaves. There is a set of dies called the rose dies which coordinates with this stamp set. This one will cut out the rose and the leaves, and there are 2 label dies, 2 trellis dies and 2 bracket dies, fancy bracket dies. You can of course purchase these separately. This comes as a set, it's a 2-part set, and you can add the dies. If you purchase them both together, then it will save you 10%. The die we're going to be using today is just this trellis one, and that is to make a stencil for this detail on the card here. My card base is in Daffodil Delight. This is half an A4 sheet, and in Europe this measures 5 7/8 by 8 1/4. So in metric that's 14.85 by 21 centimeters and folded in half. Mossy Meadow layer, this measures 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. In metric that's 9.8 by 14.3 centimeters. A shimmery white and a whisper white standard cardstock, and they both measure 3 3/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches. That's 9.5 by 14 centimeters. So the shimmery white has to go on top, and then the whisper white standard goes on the inside. Some extra scraps of shimmery white, and that's for the sentiment here, and this is to fussy cut the smaller piece of the rose to give it some dimension. Need first some mark, an embossing buddy, gold embossing powder, and a heat tool, Delicata golden glitz ink and a sponge dauber, Mossy Meadow stamping blends combo, the Daffodil Delight combo, Real Red Dark, and Pool Party Light. The gold metallic pearls, a scrap of cardstock to die cut your stencil, and some washi tape. So now we're ready to get started. First, die cut your stencil. For this you'll need a magnetic platform, base cutting plate, your cardstock die with the cutting edge face down, top cutting plate, and then you're ready to run it through the Big Shot. So I'll do that off camera. I've die cut my stencil, and this is what it will look like. So you need to pop it back into your cardstock, and then take some washi tape, and you have to, just where the tips are, stick it back into the cardstock so that it doesn't come out. Now this does take a bit of time to do. You want to use the straight edge of your washi tape and just catch the tip of the die cut so that it's securely in place. Bring in my Stamparatus and my cardstock, the shimmery white piece. Rub my shimmery white cardstock over with embossing buddy. I've stuck down my cardstock onto the grid paper with some washi tape to make sure it doesn't move, and I'm not going to remove the stamp from the Stamparatus because I still need it for making other cards, and it's all in position. So ink that up with Versamark ink, and I just want to stamp it in the corner. Press down firmly to make sure that the ink has taken. Sprinkle embossing powder over it. Heat emboss it, and I'm going to do it from the underside so it doesn't blow the powder away. Now for the inside of the card, I embossed in the corners as well. So I'm going to do that on the Whisper White cardstock and line up my cardstock, embossing buddy, Versamark ink up this one here. To save time, I've already pre-stamped and embossed the greetings from the Itty Bitty greeting set here, and also for the inside of the card. So I've gold embossed that, plus an extra rose on another piece of shimmery white scrap, and I've coloured it in and fussy cut it. And this is to go on top of this rose here. Grab some dimensionals, pop it onto the card, marry it up with the big rose, and to save time I've already done my colouring in the Mossy Meadow, Real Red for the berries, Daffodil Delight for the rose itself, and I've drawn an outline around the image to make it pop. Now we can bring in our stencil, and I'm going to put it about there. Make sure the cardstock is straight. Delicata ink, and I'm just going to sponge the gold Delicata ink on here. And use a pouncing motion rather than a stroke, so that you make sure your cardstock stays in place. And carefully lift it off. Afterwards, just some maintenance. I always wash the sponge if I'm using this type of metallic ink, and I always store it back in the plastic bag it comes in with the sponge, so it's ready to use next time, and the bag helps seal in the moisture of the ink pad once it's open. Dimensionals on the back. Now we can assemble the card. So adhesive on the inside. Now for this one, want it at an angle. And this one will be, oops, upside down straight. So last thing to do is just add a pearl here, and there's the card finished. So there you go, Cherie. That's how I made this card, and I'll be back with more inspiration on my regular slots. Thanks for watching. Bye.